All right, what's up, YouTube? We've got Jeremy doing a deck tech with us here. So this is his Izzet Superfriends deck. So I guess let's go over the cards first, and then we'll talk about the choices that you made when building it. So we got a little bit of control here with 2 negates and 3 ionizes. We've got 3 Goblin Electromancers, 3 Runaway Steamkins, 2 God Eternal Kefnets, so those are your creatures.
Yep.
We've got 4 Lightning Strikes, 2 Shocks, a Banefire, and 2 Jaya's Immolating Inferno for removal. 2 risk factors, a little bit of card draw or just damage.
Mostly damage.
Mostly damage. There's 3 expansion explosions up here. And then for the walkers in the main deck, we have 3 Saheeli Sublime Artificers, 2 REL Storm Conduits, 2 Jaya Ballards, and 2 Sarkhan the Masterless, and then 1 Foil Ugin. And then our lands, we've got a single Blast Zone, 4 Steam Vents, 4 Sulphur Falls, 2 Highland Lakes. Those obviously could be Izzet Guild Gates either way. And then there's 4 Islands and 5 Mountains. Oh, and then 3 Interplanar Beacons that I didn't see. So that's the main deck. So why did you go Izzet instead of Jeskai? Because Jeskai is everywhere right now.
Jeskai is everywhere right now. I don't like to build like mainstream decks. I like to try to build meta decks that beat meta decks. And I think that was just my decision. Plus, I've been on blue ever since last standard when you guys started to get me to play blue, and it's just been a lot of fun. So I tried to build somewhat of like a quick, you could do a whole bunch of different things with it. You could just burn someone out with all the expansions and lightning strikes and shocks and stuff like that, and you get the discounts from Electromancer and Steamkin.
Yep, and then if you're drawing them with Kefnet.
And then REL also lets you copy a lot of the spells that you're drawing as well. It's just a really fun red-blue deck, I think. I think that's why I like it so much. I think that's why I had in mind to play.
Okay. So really, the only thing you're really losing would be Teferi,
and board wipes.
Yeah, like Prison Realm, Time Wipe. So I guess you're losing a
Gideon.
I haven't seen him playing Gideon.
I
really.
don't know.
So you're not losing you're losing a lot of powerful cards.
Yes.
But you're replacing them with things like Jaya, which works a lot better with expansion.
Yeah.
Or explosion. I suppose. Yeah. So I guess I don't know, what interactions do you want to talk about?
Interactions are pretty much like if you draw a Steamkin in your opening hand and it stays on the field, you can do a lot of really cool things.
We saw you make a lot of mana using the Steamkin
and
with Jaya.
Yeah, that was really cool earlier tonight. I didn't even really, I kind of put that together, but it didn't really seem like applicable, you would actually get to do that very often.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. I casted Explosion for,
I think it was 7.
For 7 off 5 mana.
I think you made a big mistake not blocking the Steamkin.
Yes.
Because then using it for mana would have killed the Steamkin, and he should have seen that line, and he didn't.
Yep. New deck this week.
Yeah. When you don't know what your opponent's doing, turns out sometimes they'll misplay.
Yep.
Obviously, God Eternal Kefnet is really good.
It is.
So copyable spells. So the interesting thing about Kefnet with X spells is that you're copying the card as it's in your hand. So you're still casting the spell. It's not like a copied spell. So the difference here is that you get to copy the card, it costs 2 less, and when you cast it, you're declaring a value for X. So if you were casting a Banefire, and let's say you draw the card with the Kefnet in play, you reveal it, you could Banefire for X equals 2 and just pay a single red.
Yep.
And then the Banefire obviously still goes to your hand.
Which goes to fairies, Narsets, sometimes,
Yep, and it costs obviously a lot less mana to do it that way. So it also works with the explosion side of expansion, and it works with Jaya's Immolating Inferno. The cool thing is you're going to have a legendary in play if you're doing it that time.
Triggers.
Yep. So you already fulfill the requirements for casting the legendary sorcery. Were there any cards that you didn't like in the main deck?
I'm not sure about risk factor.
That's what I was looking at.
I think I would just cut that and put the Narsets in the main.
Yeah, I agree with that. Narset's really good right now.
Plus it gives you another trigger off the Inferno.
Another way to cast the Inferno. Not really a trigger.
Right.
We shouldn't call
However, the interaction between risk factor, REL, and expansion is pretty cool. They potentially take 15 damage, or let you draw 9 cards. That's pretty nice. So that's really cool.
It's kind of like a 3-card corner combo.
Yeah.
So if it's all there and all the pieces are working together, it's pretty sweet. But
yeah,
it's not worth having the 2 in the deck.
Right. I'd rather just have the Narset to quit other people's card advantage.
Yeah.
Also, I had a hard time casting Niv Mizzet tonight. So I think maybe I would cut the Mizzets, the Ugin, and the 2 baby Sarkans.
Okay.
And
why is he here? Well, let's talk about the sideboard when we're done with the main deck.
All right.
I'll leave my questions for later.
Heard. But other than that, I really like the main deck.
Any wonky interactions with the planeswalkers other than
not yet
copying anything?
I mean, it has a decent curve. If you can hit Saheeli REL into Sarkhan, that's nice. Yeah, I think I would just add the 2 Narsets, I think, instead of the risk factors. That's really the only change. I like the removal early. That's important, always is. And then if you can actually unlock like your mana and the rest of your bigger cards, things get really crazy. Copy an explosion off rail. That's just, take 12 damage, draw 12 cards. That's just insane.
Did you do that tonight?
No, I did not.
Darn.
No, I did not.
That would have been cool.
Yep. I think Ben conceded the game when, was it Ben? Or is it Jordan? He conceded when I had that in my hand and I was able to actually cast it.
Gotcha.
This is actually really good early game too,
Yeah, now that so this card was almost not playable before.
Right.
Because having a legendary as a requirement to cast it was pretty tough. But when you're playing decks that have, and we've got 10 planeswalkers in the main deck, and you're adding potentially 5 more from the sideboard.
Right.
Plus you've got Eternal Kefnets to also allow you to cast it. So when you're running decks with 15 legendaries, it's a lot more likely you're able to cast it.
Even for 1.
Yeah. Kill, 3 targets?
Yeah.
So kill 3 1/1s or something is pretty good.
2 1s, Pyromancers, Firebrands, Merfolk,
Terramander if it's
not adapted.
Yeah. It was weird. We saw 2 people playing mono blue tonight, and I haven't seen mono blue in
a long
couple
time.
weeks. So
another card that was really kind of cool tonight was Blast Zone. I blew up 2 Curious Obsessions, 2 Storm Tamers, and a Herald, I think, for 4 mana, and that is just
Blast Zone is definitely a good land.
I'd
probably run 1 or 2 of them in almost any deck.
Yeah, I was thinking about cutting Beacon for another Blast Zone.
I could see that.
Also, I thought about running the District, the Mobilized District, just because there are so many Planeswalkers.
I could also see that.
But I just was cutting it too thin on colorless land.
Yeah, it's tough running 4 or 5 colorless lands in a deck. I think removing the Niv Mizzets will help that a lot.
Yeah.
But you still need triple red here.
Right.
And you need double here. So that does make it really tough to want to run colorless lands.
I mean, if you have Steamkin out, you can hit Jaya, no problem.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the sideboard. So we've got another Jaya's Immolating Inferno, 2 Narsets, 2 baby Sarkans, which you mentioned you'd think about cutting.
Yep.
Another big Sarkhan, I guess we'll call him. 1 Eugene, the 2 Niv Mizzets, which are going to go away, 2 Fiery Cannonades, 2 Negates, another Ionize, and a Finale of Revelation.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this one does. Draw X if it's 10 or more, shuffle your graveyard into your library and draw X. Untap 5 lands and no maximum hand size. Okay. So what was your approach to building the sideboard?
The sideboard?
Yeah.
My approach to building the sideboard is for control matches, pretty much I just wanted to, make sure I rounded out my play set.
I assume this was your control package.
That was my control package. Yep. Even Baby Sarkhan, if you can get that on the field turn 3 and start looting, I mean, that is really beneficial against a control matchup, just to be able to keep drawing them cards. So that was a double kind of reason why he was in there.
I think if that's your purpose, Kasmina might be good. She only loots twice.
The 4 mana?
Yeah, she loots twice, but her passive is spells cost 2 more to target your planeswalkers and creatures.
Does it? I thought she made 2. She
makes 2/2 wizards and loots. Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't get as many loots as you would with Sarkhan, but I think the passive is really good. And then
I thought about building wizards, dragon wizards. Oddly enough, trying to like build like a hybrid deck so you could like make it heavy or fast.
Hybrid tribal.
Yeah.
All right, so Sarkhan the Masterless. When were you putting this gun in?
When I take out the RELs and the Jayas, I try to take out kind of like my copy spell package.
Okay.
So I'll add these 4 and take out the Kefnets and RELs. And I'll leave these in just because you can cast them easier.
Yeah.
Well, the same is still the same amount.
So what were the matchups?
Ugin,
for these guys?
I like Ugin because he just kills anything, and then he also helps protect himself. I got to kill a Bolus with Ugin tonight. That was really cool. So he's like he played him, then he flipped him, and then I played that right after that turn. It was like not even worth it. So that was really nice being able just to blow anything up. Okay.
So more of the mid-range or control matchups?
Yeah.
The grindy games. So do you want to talk about Niv Mizzet? Sounds like you're just going to cut him.
I am going to cut him. I had him in the deck for a control matchup because I don't play a lot of creatures. So my ideas on that would, the control player would take out all of their creature removal, and then I kind of just like sneak them in there.
I think they're going to leave him in for these guys, though, once you see this.
Right.
So, yeah, I can see if that's the reason he's in there, to just cut him. Firing Cannonades is quite obvious that this is just against aggro.
Yep.
Finale.
What
are you doing with this?
I just put it in there because I haven't used it yet.
Did you cast it tonight?
I did not cast it tonight. I didn't even really board it in.
Okay.
From the sideboard. I think I had it in there just because of REL, and being able to copy that would just be dumb.
So it was just to win more.
Yeah, just like a, a little troll.
Sounds like you're going to cut these.
Yes.
And cut him.
Yep.
And then move Narset to the main.
Yes.
Were there cards that you didn't have access to in the sideboard that you wanted after you played a few rounds?
I thought about putting in Spell Pierce just to try to like, be able to counter to Fairy. On the draw is really important.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, Fight with Fire.
Okay.
I feel like that'd be good against Lyras, Mizzets, all the dragons from Sarkhan,
Or hitting, is it a sorcery? Is it
is a sorcery.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Let's say hitting the Planeswalker when they turn him into a dragon.
Yeah, that's nice too. There was one spell, it deals 4 damage to any target, but you have to sacrifice a creature or a Planeswalker.
It's a 1-drop?
It's a 2-drop. I really considered playing that instead of Risk Factors, at least a 2 of. Just because, once the Narset's down to 1, it's just kind of just sitting there hanging out.
I was thinking the Risk Factor, there's this spell, I don't remember its name. It's the Proliferate draw card for 2. It's a sorcery, but I think that maybe could have some function with all the Planeswalkers.
Okay.
And Steamkin. You proliferate the Steamkin. It doesn't trigger because it's not a red spell, but you still...
Okay.
Yeah,
so you would have to have a counter on him already.
Yeah. Yep. What other changes, are there any other changes you're thinking?
I would like to add more RELs, I think, just because of the copy. Maybe 1 REL, 1 Kefnet, 1 more Kefnet.
And you're taking out...
I would probably take out...
Risk Factors.
Risk Factors for that.
Okay.
As far as adding Narset to the main, I don't know what I would take out for that. I have no idea. Maybe... No, I don't even feel like taking those out. I really like Jaya. A lot of people don't play Jaya.
I thought she was really good when she was printed and spoiled, and she just hasn't seen play.
No.
I always thought that her with Experimental Frenzy could be pretty nutsy.
That would be insane.
Nobody's played it, so I guess I'm either wrong or no one else has thought of it.
I really like her.
Contentious Plan is the Proliferate draw card.
Okay.
So.
That doesn't sound bad.
It's just a cantrip, worst case. If you don't have anything to proliferate.
For 1 mana.
I don't know if it's good.
With Electromancer.
But.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 1 mana with Electromancer. Yeah, I don't know if it's actually good. It's just a thought for the deck because there's 10 Planeswalkers, or potentially 15 or something like that if you're sideboarding men. So, what was your record tonight?
1-3.
1-3.
Yes,
all right.
sir, yes.
Was
I
the
had a
victory
really-
on camera?
The victory was on camera. Those
That's
were
good.
games.
So why don't you open the pity pack that you won?
Yay, pity pack.
Let's see if it's something good here.
It did feel heavy.
It must be a foil. They do weigh 0.1 grams more. Not that I would ever weigh packs to see what foils.
Am I skipping all the way to the...
Do you want to slow roll it for the camera?
We can slow roll it.
All right. Why don't you read the cards?
Salmon Sprint.
All right.
Martyr for the cause.
Okay.
Naga Eternal. Is that
Okay.
that's a reprint, isn't it?
I don't know. It's garbage either way.
Cruel String. It is.
Cross-sting.
Vampire Opportunist. Mana Geode. Pollen Bright Druid.
Garrison loves that card.
Devriel Shadow Refuge. Thunder Drake.
Oh, here we go. Next one's the exciting part.
Cruel Celebrant.
And
Oh, that's not a bad card.
no, it's a good card.
Angrath.
And
Oh,
I don't even know what card that is.
I haven't even seen that card yet.
We're all
Return to
dumb,
your
we're all
creature,
dumbfounded with a
Planeswalker,
bulk
Planeswalker,
rare.
there. Wasn't put there this combat.
We won't pretend it's good.
Yeah. So that's actually not bad.
Oh, and
Oh yeah. Oh, there's my promo.
and the promo for the random roll. We'll just pretend that's better than the whole pack. It is better than the whole pack.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching the Deck Tech.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
I'm gonna be like every other channel. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Do it.